Hi, welcome back to our social class. Children, in previous class we have discussed about the how British were acquired the southern India, the southern Indian native native regions, how they acquired and how they defeated the other kings, the native kings, with their cunning policies. So we have discussed in previous class about all these issues here, and let's know about the northern Indian places, a few of the northern Indian places, like the how the British were captured them, and how they had shown their supremacy in the northern northeastern country sorry countries of the parts of the India. So hoping all these you had enjoyed my class and you have understood whatever we have discussed in previous class about the Britishes, about the British, how they had captured the southern Indian areas and even the northern Indian areas, and how they had captured them with their cunning policies. See here, this is the map of India, and after the capturing and occupying all the places here, southern India, here Hyderabad they captured, and here Carnatic areas they captured here, and few of the Doab regions, and totally the Deccan areas they captured, and they had spread their eyes towards the Bengal regions. Now it has separated, but in anciently it was recognized as that, as the Bengal area here. Why they spread their eyes towards the Bengal areas? See children, after the after the defeating all other Europeans like the Portuguese, Dutchers and Frenchers, after defeating them here, British decided to establish their own commercial centers and own administrative centers in India. So first they had studied about the India's weakness. What was the weakness of India? Means loss of unity. In ancient time, the split of the kingdoms and originate of the small empires. So they do not have any unity among themselves here. They understood that here. So with that only they decided to achieve their goal and to have their supremacy on India. So likewise here, they firstly they moved towards the southern India, and they look after that year, and they defeated Nasir Jung, Safdar Jung, Anwaruddin, Chanda Sahib. So they collapsed their administration, and they established their administration in southern India, and also then how they established their supremacy in the northern India, I mean in eastern part of India, like in Bengal regions. Why they spread their eyes towards the Bengal regions here? Children, there is a Bengal Delta. You might have studied about the Bengal Delta. What is the Bengal Delta? It is the area of the river mouth area here. Here, Ganga River and Brahmaputra River, they joined the Bay of Bengal. So that's why here they have means they joined the Bay of Bengal through that here, and they created a huge delta here. Both the river like Ganga River and the Brahmaputra River, they created a huge delta in this area. Delta means this is the triangular shaped land body which is created in the mouth of the river. In the mouth of the river, I hope you know what is the mouth of the river and where is the mouth of the river which joins the other water body, that place can be called as the mouth of the river. So here there was a huge delta was formed here, and this delta formed with the silt, fertile silt here, the silt which is brought by the mountains, which is brought by the mountain or hilly stations or hilly areas here, because the Ganga river, Brahmaputra river, all are they flow from the Himalayan mountains, and through that here they brought the silt and they deposited a huge amount of silt in this area. So they created a huge delta, and it's a very fertile area. So that is why the British they spread their eyes towards this here, because of the uh, farming purpose here, because of the agriculture purpose. Why? Because British they needed a few of crops, very important crops here, like the indigo crops in Bengal region. Indigo crops was very popular, and even cotton, pepper, likewise the spices here, whatever the crops they needed in London and England, such a crops they forced to grow up here. So that is why with that intention here they decided to capture these areas. So for that purpose, what they had done here, as I told you people in previous class, Farooq CR has given the permission, trade permission for them here in the Bengal region. So that's why in Bengal region they came here, and they start to be uh, established their administrative means commercial centers here, trade and commerce centers, and this was intolerable to the Sirajud-Dowlah, who was the Nawab of Bengal region. Sirajud-Dowlah, he attacked on the British markets, Qasim Bazaar, which was a British market. He attacked there, and he had captured, means he had arrested 143 members of British merchants and British officers, and he captured them, and he kept them into the room which has only the single hole in that room here. In such a room here, sorry, in such a room he kept them, and also that was historically remained as the black hole tragedy. Why it has remained as a historically black hole tragedy means this is the here 143 members were killed up due to the pressure, and due to some problems here they killed up here, and that's why British were angered on the Sirajud-Dowlah, and they, Robert Clive, the British Governor General, he decided to be war on the Sirajud-Dowlah in the year of 1757 in the place of Plassey. So Plassey, in the place of Plassey, he called up the Sirajud-Dowlah for the battle with a huge army, and with a planned army, and Sirajud-Dowlah has a huge army, about of more than 50,000 soldiers were in the Sirajud-Dowlah's army, but Robert Clive only had a few, lack of more, approximate only 5,000 soldiers were there in the army of Robert Clive. So both the army they met, and also they had a battle in the Plassey, that is in the year of 1757. So in this year there was a huge battle took place between the Robert Clive and the Sirajud-Dowlah. See children, by having 50,000 soldiers, how possible, how it is possible the Robert Clive to defeat the Sirajud-Dowlah, because Sirajud-Dowlah has a huge army, not just army. Robert Clive has only few soldiers. How it is possible? See, as I told you people in previous class, that is the cunning policies of the British. What was the cunning policies? He had a before the war, he had an agreement, internal agreements with the Mir Jafar. Who had an internal agreement with the Mir Jafar? Robert Clive. Robert Clive had an internal agreement with the Mir Jafar. So this Mir Jafar had given some loopholes and information, so secret information about the Sirajud-Dowlah's army to the Robert Clive. So this was made Robert Clive to defeat the Sirajuddaula in the battle of Plassey. So finally the Bengal region, how he has defeated the Sirajuddaula. Likewise, all the soldiers were surrendered, and so many soldiers were killed up here. See, when see how we people are means here. One of the British Governor General, Lord Curzon says here, who was a later Governor General of the Bengal region in the year of 1905. Lord Curzon says here, when Sirajuddaulah was defeated by and killed by the Robert Clive, so after the winning of the Plassey battle here, almost the Indians, so many Indians, they were invited the Robert Clive, means they were invited the Robert Clive with their claps. By putting the claps, by putting applause, they invited the Robert Clive. See how we people are here. He had defeated our man, he had defeated our countryman, but we invited him as a king here. So this was our mistake. Lord Curzon says here, this was the mistake of Indians. So that's why, anyhow, but however, Sirajuddaulah, he had defeated by the Robert Clive in the battle of Plassey in the year of 1757. So after that, children, after that, they appointed the Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. After that, they appointed Mir Jafar as the Nawab of Bengal. So Mir Jafar, in the memory of that year and for the loyalty of that year, Mir Jafar has donated the 24 Parganas to the British, and also he has given them Zamindari rights also. Zamindari rights means collection of tax. So that's why here till presently this is available, and presently we can see this is as the 24 Pargan district in the West Bengal. Presently it is renowned and remained as the name of 24 Pargan district, and these 24 are 24 Parganas which were donated to the British by the Mir Jafar, and he has given the permission for the Zamindari permission to these people in the areas here as a loyalty. So later days, what happened here? When Mir Jafar want to become the independent from the British, when he tried to become the independent from the British, again here British removed the Mir Jafar. They installed the Mir Qasim in the place of Mir Jafar. In the place of Mir Jafar, they installed the Mir Qasim. So again here, as a loyalty and as loyal to the British, Mir Qasim also has donated few of the places to the British, and they provided him and he provided them as the Diwani right, the Zamindari rights here, or Diwani rights also you can call. So what happened here, after donating the lands here, after donating the few of the lands to the British, even Mir Qasim also tried to free from the British control, but British not allowed for that. Again here they removed the Mir Qasim also. Then who want to be installed here? Who want to be installed in this place here? Again they had met the Mir Jafar, and with some conditions here, again Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. They appointed or they installed the Mir Jafar again as the Nawab of Bengal. See how the Britishers are playing the game here. How Britishers are playing the game between the Indians here for the sake of administration. So when they appointed Mir Jafar, reinstalled the Mir Jafar as the king of the Nawab of the Bengal region, and Mir Jafar completely he surrendered. He became a puppet of the British here. So to take a revenge of this year, Mir Qasim, he had not said simply just Mir Qasim, he went to the Delhi and met the Shah Alam, and they met the Marathas. They met the Marathas and the Mughal king Shah Alam. So here Mughal king Shah Alam and Marathas and Mir Qasim. So these three people join each other and they form their army, and they planned to conquest on the Bengal region to defeat the Britishers. Because Mir Jafar, he was a puppet. He was a puppet. There is no any power, there is no any right to the Mir Jafar to take his own decisions in the Bengal regions. Whatever he want to be take the decisions, whatever the new implements he want to be made in this area, just he had to take the permission from the British. So in such a condition here, to take a revenge of the Mir Qasim, Shah Alam and Marathas, they joined each other and they decided to fight on the British. So here in the year of 1764, Robert Clive's army and these three alliance group army, they met in the place of the Buxar. See, these two very important battle, children, here. 1757 Battle of Plassey took place between the Siraj-ud-Dawla and Robert Clive. In 1764, Battle of Buxar took place between the Robert Clive and the alliance group here, Shah Alam, Marathas and the Mir Qasim. So these buddies were fought each other, and in this battle, Robert Clive won the battle. Robert Clive defeated the alliance group here. Robert Clive defeated the alliance group, and Robert Clive, he removed all these people here. Mir Qasim also was died here, and again Mir Jafar was continued as the naming Nawab in the Bengal region. And here Robert Clive introduced a dual government system after the Battle of Buxar. Robert Clive introduced the dual government system in the year of 1765. So according to this government system here, there was a Diwani rights, and the Diwani rights was there here, and another one here, Zamindari right here. In this Diwani right here, in this Diwani right, the British got the chance to collect the revenue from the areas here. Collection of revenue, and law and order was maintained by the only Nawab of the Bengal. So this was the dual government system. So children, like this, the British were captured the Bengal region. So finally, in the year of 1764, after the battle of Buxar, the whole Bengal region came under the control of the British. So likewise, they captured here. Children, in the examination, just to keep in your mind only 2 points here: Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. What was the result of Battle of Plassey? What was the result of Battle of Buxar? The result of Battle of Plassey, Robert Clive defeated the Siraj-ud-Dawla. So after that, Mir Jafar was installed as the Nawab of Bengal, and as a result of that here, Mir Jafar donated the 24 Parganas to the British. So next, Battle of Buxar. If you come to the Battle of Buxar, so what was the result of Battle of Buxar? In the year of 1764, Robert Clive was badly defeated to the alliance group of Shah Alam, Marathas and Mir Qasim. Next, Robert Clive introduced the dual government system in the Bengal region. So I hope you understood this here. Like this, they acquired the India day by day. So in next class, I will come with you people. I'll come in front of you people to discuss with you with a new point and new issues here. Until that, take care. And those who not subscribe my channel, please do subscribe and have my videos and whatever the points I share with you people. So this is the none of the term, and try to draw the map only here. India map is very important for the SSLC students in the examination. So try to draw the map of India. Okay children, until that, take care, bye.